tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our Legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our Legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
Calvino, there are people looking at us. They're right there. Like, a lot of them. What do I do about it? What do I do? All right, here, I'll distract them with you. Come here, Boneless. Come here, Boneless. Oh, my goodness. Boneless cat is boneless. Come here, buddy. Distract them for me. Rawr. You're doing a horrible job of distracting them. You're clinging to me. Hi, everybody. By the way, I'm Frost. This is Frost written, and I've had a really good day so far. Calvino's had a good day, right? He's giving me side-eye right now because I moved him. He's had a great day. He's mostly slept on my lap, but I had to move him to the couch for a while. And when he woke up, he immediately was just like, and flopped onto my lap again. So he's back to cause more trouble while I try and write. I'm working on lore for Legend Seeker, as you can see, and that's what I'll be doing for the next 2 hours. It's going to be great. As I pat his butt, which he loves. All right. So I was working on city names for the Caustic Strand and a few other areas, but now I am back to, well, let me get back here. Let me find my thing. Right, we were right here. All right, we're going to go right there. I am working on some of the landmarks in Lost Villara, this kingdom that has kind of fallen into ruin for various reasons. This whole area in here is mostly wildlands. There aren't a whole lot of cities or villages. There are some people who live out there, frontiersmen and whatnot, but the Whitewood and Naros Keep, ooh, bad stuff. And down Eldwin, also a very haunted place. It's not a very pleasant place to live. Yeah, some cats really love butt pats and some hate them. I can do that to him, and he just looks at me and goes, I do that to my cat Charlie, and he turns around and goes, eh. Literally like that, and then tries to bite my hand. So, it's a mixed bag. You can never tell with you cats, right? Right? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to pull your whisker there. I was trying to get that burr off of you. So, what are we going to do here, Calvino? Are we going to write about the Whitewood first? Yeah? Don't make your eyes big and black. Don't look like you're going to attack me. Just close your eyes. Yeah, go to sleep. For a second there, his pupils went... Oh, he's moving. He's got the arch back. Oh, wait, that's just him finding... No, don't headbutt the keyboard. He's headbutting the keyboard. That is not how you... What are you doing, pal? Okay, he is revolting against my authority. All right, I've got to move you, buddy, because you just knocked my keyboard and everything all over the place. No. No, you can't have that either. Stop it. I have a toothbrush down here because I always have a toothbrush everywhere. Because if I get something on my teeth, I can use that to just, brush my teeth quickly if I don't have floss. He loves chewing on toothbrushes. And so he is eyeing this like, mine? You can't have my toothbrush. No. I'm putting it back over there. No, you can't have that. My gosh, what's up with you, buddy? Cats, what are you going to do? I don't know if I trust this guy, but the cat seems cool. Exactly. I made his pupils dilate, and that means playtime. Now he's back laying with his hand on my left wrist while I have it in the position of typing. Luckily, he's not blocking me from typing completely. So that's something I just have to sit a little bit like this. Oh, I almost said Fey-infested forest. I don't think that works. Once a Fey stronghold, delightful and chaotic. I gotta get this name right. I can never remember how to spell this guy's name. I'm a horrible, horrible person. Let's go into the legend. Lore. That is not the right one. Alright, I gotta check something about Savael. Yeah, hi. Okay, you're a good boy. Yep, be good. Yes, the cats upstairs are making all kinds of noise. I know that causes you so much concern since there's a whole floor between you. Uh-huh. Or only a floor between you, yeah. Calvino, you dork. Alright, well, Savael's... We'll go with Defying Death. Oh my gosh, it's hard to type with my wrist is pinned because he's got his chin laid over my arm completely, and he's just like, I can feel his little fangs on my wrist, just dork. You hear purrs? Yeah, he is purring super loud too. Murder mode initiated. Yeah, usually it's murder mode, but this time he backed off and he decided to go into I'm totally calm mode, but I'm going to lay on your hand whether or not you like it. So that's why I'm sitting like a hunchback. Can I have my hand back now? Thank you. Oh, that was very nice of you. He just went meh, and pushed away. All right, you're not going to be able to sleep in that position, and you're going to slip off, and you're going to put huge holes in my leg or my arm. So. All right, I'm just going to move him because Mr. Boneless isn't going to realize it until it's too late, and then I'm going to end up with holes in my legs. All right, so writing about the Whitewood. But anyway, what I was saying earlier, too, is I was watching the Starship launch, and they caught the booster, the second booster catch in that place, but then they lost contact with Starship. This was a new version of Starship that they were launching, the SpaceX folks. And they lost contact with it, and it looks like that ship was lost. So that's not good. Unmanned, but still. Define death. We'll say poisoned. Saying he poisoned the very soul of the kingdom of Alara. Someone's getting a free spaceship. Well, there you go. Those dilated fists close him in a room ASAP. Luckily, Calvino can go from I'm gonna go murder crazy and run around like a nut to oh fine, I'm just gonna lay here, and he'll go boneless. And right now he's doing the I have my knee up on my leg like this, and he's got his head here, and he puts his paws on either side of my knee and snuggles his head down over it, and he just sits there and does this until he falls asleep. And he's just purring up a storm right now. Why is there no cat cam? I tried to do a cat cam at one point and plug a different camera in, but then it was a camera pointed at my groin when there's not a cat there. And I was like, it's so much work to turn it on and off. So much work, right, buddy? He's like, I don't care. Oh my gosh, he just, when I said, isn't it, buddy? He relaxed his right arm, and now his arm is just hanging off the edge like this. He's totally going boneless right now. With undead and time to drive. Have fun, right? Oh, thanks, Kyle. I am having all the fun, man. I'm having fun. You drive safe. Like Chrysanth said. There is no other acceptable name. Rename it the Yub Nub. Set up cat cam, make it unlockable by super chats. That is not a bad idea. I like it. I like it. But I have to have the cat cam set up properly. And I have to always have a cat on hand then. And sometimes Calvino or his brothers and sisters and uncles are outside. Like they were today, because it was 34 degrees. It felt like a heat wave. It's been negative degrees for days, and today it felt like spring. So I cooked on the grill for lunch. Let's see, what other kind of stuff do I want to say about Whitewood? What would you want to know about a horrifying dark stronghold like this? I'm saying that Whitewood was once a Fey stronghold, delightful and chaotic until Sabael's obsession with defying death began to consume him. And at this point, if you didn't know, Sabael is someone who became a vampire lord. He used to rule this kingdom until he became obsessed with defying death, and started doing all kinds of stuff. It was bad. And his wife died, and then he turned to all this horrible magic. And, he may have, dealt with some underside creatures. Though I'll have to ask Erudai if he's around here. And I don't know if he is. If creatures from the underside can ever enter this realm. Because, we can enter the underside. I think they can come out. Why did he become obsessed? Because he didn't want to die. He wanted to live forever and rule his kingdom. He's a very greedy person. Da, 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 da. Bum, 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 bum. Mordecai doesn't like him very much. Trying to think what other stuff I want to put in there. Let's see. Does he have a great weakness? Yes, his great weakness is he's a vampire. Kill him like a vampire. Is Kyle driving to the bar or speed dating event to finally find a pie woman to complete his family, or will he be drawn to cake? Bippity boppity boo, fed I summon you. It didn't work yet. He just didn't want to die. He was just selfishly didn't want to die. And then when his wife died, he totally went a little crazy with grief and pushed even harder because he didn't want to die. And I don't think Erudai wrote in there that he was trying to find any way to bring her back, but he just didn't want to die. And then he made stupid bargains with crazy people. The bread is great, by the way. Oh, yeah, cats are yowling. Max is inside again because he felt like coming in. And he and Graham, the orange cat, like I said, they yell at each other, they play, and then they yell at each other and play. And occasionally either Nora or BB gets in the middle of them and tries to break them up, and they scream at him and like, stop it! You're making too much noise! And then they'll calm down for a while. And then they'll go crazy again. Yes, JJ, there you go. Kyle's driving people for Lyft. Not quite. Not quite. Stupid bargain with crazy people sounds like a rude eye. Italians are kind of hobbit height, so it fits. Oh dear. Shots fired. Let's see, I'm gonna see. SpaceX. Yeah, they didn't seem to have any more information when I was looking at it for the SpaceX loss of the ship, sadly. It's still amazing and really cool to me that they can catch the boosters. That's awesome. Now they just have to make sure that their ships stay up in space and don't have problems like they just had. Oh, they're super loud today. They love the fact that it's nice, and they went outside. You know, they're running through the cat door. They're having fun. But now that night is setting, they're getting all zoomy. And I'm like, well, go outside and zoom around. But the ones who don't like going outside just stay in, and they're like, no, we're going to run around circles. Because I went out this afternoon when I was grilling, and I saw this squirrel in the tree, and I was like, why is that squirrel running? Oh, okay. Because Pumpkin was in the tree trying to chase him, and like, trying to go up the tree, but he's not great at climbing trees. He's great at running, but his tree climbing skills are kind of mid at best. And he has a lot of trouble getting back down, and I'm like, buddy, I'm not getting a ladder out again to help you down. He figured it out, though. He got down. It was a pine tree, so it's a little easier for him. Lots of branches to hop on. Almost like a circular staircase when he comes down. Because he does not go back down backwards. He gets on a branch and he balances and he looks for a way to kind of start going down, which is weird because most of my cats just go and run down the tree or go back down backwards. Whatever. Fed is ethnic Italian. My wife died and I was free. The last thing I would want to do is bring her back. Second to last would be to spend eternity in the afterlife with her when I died. Well, you're just not a romantic, undead, seeking soul, then. There's a cat named Pumpkin. There is a cat named Pumpkin. He is white and orange. He's a very short-furred, fuzzy little cat. He's so soft. He's like a cotton ball, but he's like iron muscles underneath it. But he is white with little splotches, kind of like a cow has spots. He has spots that are all very orange. He looked like a dreamsicle. We called him Dreamsicle when he was a little kitten. But he's a nice cat. He just gets a little crazy. And he's just always been named Pumpkin because he's mostly orange. Never been married. Can you see why? But damn! Nice. Let's see. The white word is now a cursed demesne, festive with undead and creatures from the underside of light. Rumors persist that a tower of a wizard of the Golden Vale lies deep within the Whitewood, now inhabited by a powerful witch. Now, if you guys don't know what the Golden Vale, the Order of the Golden Vale is, I guess it's the Brotherhood, isn't it? Wait, is it the Brotherhood? I think I wrote this wrong. I think it's the Brotherhood of the Gilded Vale. I wanted to say the Brotherhood of the Gilded Vale, yeah. Long lost tower of a wizard of the Brotherhood of the Gilded. It's such a long thing to say. Where was it here? It was... Yep. Oh, actually, wait. Let's not have it be a tower. Let's have it be a druid circle. but we'll call it a... What my brain just shorted up. Everybody help me here. What do you call a stone circle like Stonehenge? They're menhirs, they're thing. What do they call a site like that? What is the word? Because you've got some are like circles, some are like half moons, some are, barrows, some are just a monolith of, and some markers around it. Gosh, what is that? Can Chrysanthemum please, for reasons? They are megaliths. They're also called menhirs. They're called a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm trying to think what is... I thought there was a name for that type of a site. Is it just a megalithic site? I don't know. Let's look up one thing here. Let me get to Thesaurus. Because I forgot to bring up thesaurus.com today. Because, I do. Memorial Monument. That's a single one. And a single, tall, upright megalith is a menhir. Yeah. But... Land barnacles. Wait a second. Yeah, it's none of those specifically. It's a druidic site. It's a powerful druidic site put up by one of the druids. It's part of the Order of the Gilded Veil. And they're not traditional wizards and druids. They're not like, hey, we love everything. They're more along the lines of like, well, the natural order and everything is nice. But hear me out. We can make improvements. And they liked experimenting with things. And they were looking for the truths. They're not quite conspiracy theorists. There's not quite, like, we don't believe the gods or we don't believe this. They're looking for the hidden, deeper truths and things. And they didn't care how they found out. They're like, we're going to experiment. And when we get into talking about the jungles of Zanatha and how they're sort of connected to the Umbral Atoll as well, you'll see all kinds of fuss. These are the people who made things like the Velociraptors. And what was the other one? The gelatinous pyramids and all kinds of weird creatures. Yeah, they still sound like conspiracy theorists, but they're conspiracy theorists with magic and the ability to do unconscionable things with creatures. Frankenstein's. Why don't we do this? Well, there's probably a good reason. I don't think your reasons are well thought out. I'm going to do it. It's like the Mythbusters if they had magic. I reject your reality and replace it with my own. Like, okay. The rumors persist that a long-lost megalithic site erected by a druid of the Brotherhood of the Gilded Veil lies deep within the Whitewood, now controlled by a powerful witch. Lift 'em. No speed dating. Tonight's heavy liftums. I just parked. Time to lift. Lift. Well, maybe he'll get. There'll be his dream woman will show up and be his spotter tonight, and she'll make sure that he doesn't crush himself with a barbell. Something like that. That'd be great. What do you think, Calvino? Good idea? He didn't even give me a Ralph. He's like, he's out. Okay. So we're going to point out one more thing in the witch or the Whitewood here. Shouldn't say attack, we'll say they raid smaller settlements. I don't know if that makes any sense. Goblins and other non-fey creatures serve the witch and regularly scout and raid smaller settlements in the area for supplies and other less savory plunder. As if there is some savory plunder. The view is better if he spots her. Yeah, it's kind of fun. We used to, we had a game we made back in the day that was Hexen. And Hexen 2. And Portal of Pravis and a whole bunch of other bits and pieces for it. But it was named Hexen for that very reason. Even though you're not technically a witch. Okay, we'll say area. All right. What else do we have here? We've got Naros Keep, which we'll have to go into. That's going to be fun. Because that is a place where stuff happened. Hey, good job jumping off the counter there, making all kinds of noise. One of you loud cats. It's probably one of the tigers. The tigers. The tiger cats, not real tigers. All right, where is... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm looking at the wrong entry for notes. All right. Peaceful coastal town. All right. We'll call this that. Give that its entry. Boop. All right, so this has got to be in Aptos 11. And we got it in the right one. Yup, it's oldie-timey games from back in the day. I'd love to remake those games, though. It'd be fun. Somebody on my lap is having a dream. He's kicking. Nugget throwing, don't do it. If only you knew someone who worked in video game development to remake the classics. Exactly. If only I had the ability to greenlight a project like that. Right. To this day, it remains a curse. So Eldwin Savael hypnotized the entire population of this ancient coastal town into ritualistically ending their lives one by one in a macabre offering of blood. So yeah, this little port town down here was ended horrifically by him. And became a cursed, forsaken place, and he subsumed and took over the lands around Eldwin and became a seat of power, where he commanded his legions. To this day, it remains a cursed place, forsaken by the living. Gargoyles, vampires, and other undead can be found here, rarely venturing past the edges of their shadowed ruins. But no, I'm not saying gargoyles are undead. I say gargoyles, comma, vampire, and other undead. I doubt you'd find any mummies here, though. No mummies. All right. All right. Naros Keep was another horrible place. He is running in his sleep on my lap. He then compelled him to carry out a grotesque mass suicide. It's horrible. He likes doing this. Empty ghostly shell of fortress lost to death. Hello, Calvino. Hi. Can I move you now? Can I move the boneless wonder? I know you. Oh, he's got me like Xena grabs a hold of Commander N. He's got a hold of my hand now. Can I have my right hand back, please? I can type with part of the keyboard here, but I need my other hand for the words. I need it for the words, buddy. Oh my gosh, did you get... I don't know if you heard him. He just went... Because I'm moving him, and he's like, no. All right, hold on. There you go, buddy. You're better. Oh, let's see here. Wow, start training at MegaCon? Oh, dear. What are you people talking about over here? Attack a few days ago. Last cannibal story I heard did come from Germany. Wow, Dave, what a time to hop into the conversation. I mean, well timed, but... It's okay, buddy. He hears noises upstairs, and he's like, yeah, they're making noise. I'm sorry, buddy. How dare they make noise? Okay, the waterfall throws. Ba, 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 ba. Let's keep into an empty ghostly shell. Fortress lost to death. All right, we'll just go with that for the moment. So Naros Keep is up here. And this is that lake I put there because this is the huge hill that this thing is on. I should probably add more hills around it. This thing is this keep up on the hills, and it's a huge drop down into that lake from where they're at. And that's where he convinced them all to throw themselves from the heights. He's not a nice person. What was that? What was that noise? He just let out a Mika. I don't know what that was. All right, so we got that. We got Naros Keep. We got Whitewood. Oh, I need to make a note in Whitewood here. They never approach Rivenmont. They never. The undead rarely ever go near Sinus Fall for reasons. Alright, repels them and those are their nature. He knows they're telling the whole story. Exactly, I'm not telling the whole story. By the way, we did get another $50 for a trinket from BAP. So BAP is going to work with us to make a trinket. No idea what it's going to be. But I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Calvino, yes. He's got his little fangs hanging out, so I know he's happy. Hello, Cajun Corey. All right, so if we talked about the Whitewood. I mean, this is the capital of the Caustic Strand, and it's a big, big city. They have quite the military and quite the navy here, so they don't really worry too much about the undead incursions. But they have mile forts. Oh my gosh, Calvino, what is that? He is stretched from here to here. He is completely stretched out as far as he can go across my lap. What are you doing? It's time for the long cat, I guess. He's just showing off. Anyway, so yeah, they have, along this road here, they have mile forts. They're border forts that were created. Like, a lot of them along this way. And they're always manned. Especially by the knights from Arisium. They're part of Xander's order and Ari's order. They hold the line against the undead as best they can. But, these, the goblins still sneak by. They go out and do things because, there's only so much road patrol that they can do. And that's a long distance. That's like 60 to 80 miles of wilderness to patrol. And this whole area is just teeming with all kinds of unpleasant creatures. And I have placed Mordecai's throne up here. And it's also a place that the undead generally don't go. Hi, Calvino. Oh, he's getting a good tummy scratch. He's like... I do not have the name for this little town down here. I gotta come up with that, don't I? I mean, technically it's a town that's part of Sennis Fall, but it's right on the border there. Hi, what do you need, buddy? Yeah, calm down. Okay, I've got to move my hand, though. I got to move my hand, buddy. You got to give me my digits back. All right, so we're going to put one of these here. We're going to change this to Frederick the Board. We're going to make it smaller, because it's a little place. All right, and we are going to rename it. He is just laying here like the most adorable kitten who's 22 pounds and like 15,000 feet long with his paws up in the air like this. And I don't want to move him, but I have to move him, buddy. If I massage his back toes, it's fun. I massage like his back right leg. His left front paw curls up. I'm just playing with the little pads of his foot. If I do it to the other one, his other paw, I don't know, he's cross-wired or something. I play with it, his other paw goes. I play with them both. He curls both of them up. You are such a goofball. All right, buddy, I've got to have my hand back. I got to have my hand back. You got to move. There you go. All right, go lay that way. I do need a cat cam for all these antics. Otherwise, all you ever get to see is like occasionally when a tail pops up. Tail. See, tail. He's just flicking around. He played with it. He's like, leave my tail alone. Flop. He's a good cat. All right, so this is going to be on this lake. And I think this is going to be another place. Does anybody know? I know you can pan for gold. Can you pan for silver? Is that a thing? Do people pan for silver? Wow, there's a place called Prospecting Planet. Okay, I'll drop the pans bottom one color heli. Okay. So for smalls, okay, interesting. Oh, you can. High specific gravity and silver is not magnetic. Okay. Countdown until Calvino flops off your lap. Mm-hmm. What? You guys hear these? What is this? What are these protestations? What are these noises I'm hearing from you? Hi. What do you need? Was I not rumbling your tummy enough? Is this what we're hearing? Hmm? Yeah? No? Maybe? I'm going to show everybody how big your paws are. Look at these beefy paws. These beefy paws. Oh, he's like, no! Stop showing off my paws! Alright, we're going to call this... Because way up north here, we've got Mount Silbermound. I'm thinking that this might be a dwarven outpost. Where they work with humans, they have humans, but it's mostly a dwarven outpost. That is a frontier place where they harvest silver. He is out cold. Oh, he is gone. It's so hard to get him to not be boneless. Like that. He's just like, he's boneless. I can, squirt him on the nose. And he's like, okay. Now, if I do, I'm going to risk getting bit here if I do this. Oh my gosh, he is so out. Normally, if I put my finger in front of his lips and if I do this little bloop, 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 he's like immediately like, ah, and he attacks me. He's just like, yes, the finger, I want to bite. But he is so happily out. So we're gonna... We're gonna go with Silver, with the B, Silverton, because we have Clayton, we have Silverton, and they're very specific. Naming conventions here, they tend to be very, not axiomatic, not dogmatic necessarily, but very specific. They name the thing after the thing, and what the thing is silver, and it's a town that mines silver. Regions, labels, symbols. I want my symbols. I want my hills. I want my... Where are my hills? Which hills did I use here? Is it these guys? Was it these guys? I think this is the silver hills. It's those hills I used. Ah, these are the hills I used. Because we're going to make a hilly. Like everything else around here, this place is very, very hilly. Kelvin, you know when you're hitting my... What? When you're hitting my cable here for my headphones, it's kind of distracting, buddy. Look, he looks up at me when I said his name. He's like, hmm? You want this? You don't want this? You don't want this? It's nothing. Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you? You just want to be petted, don't you? Hand in the beard. Oh, there maybe you got to see that yawn. Yep. He's a happy boy. I'm such a happy, careful boy. Yeah, are you careful? Boop. You being careful? Aha, see, he's waking up. He's going for the attack. Oh, I think you're right. Here he goes off my lap. Are you going? What you doing? You're flipping your tail around. But I'm not laying like that. No way. If you're going to... Oh, my gosh. He's hugging my leg. Okay. All right. You lay there. All right. I'm working on some hills here, buddy. You got to let me make the hills. Because the hills are much larger up here, and it comes on down. And we do have to have the hills up here. All right. There we go. He kind of half flopped off my lap, but he's hanging on my leg, and he's falling asleep in that position because I'm being stupid and holding him up, which I shouldn't do. I should let him flop or not. Flop or not. Alright, it's right in the middle of all the hills. Alright, this will work. And then we'll get the larger and larger hills here, because these will head up into the hilly areas up here. Alright, and those are connected to the mountain. There we go. Alright. Oh, his teeth are totally terrifying. If you don't know that he's such a sweetheart, you'd be like, oh boy. He does wonder why his massage chair is turning off all the time. Yeah, Hill I knew because I have a friend who does gardening and was trying to convince me to do the hugel culture, the little hill-based farming where you make mounds like whatever, paper or cardboard and logs and everything that slowly decays, and you build up these big hills that you plant all your plants on, and it just has a normally decaying source of stuff down inside the hill, which is pretty cool. I just haven't had the time or energy to do something like that. All right, we're going to put Silverton after this. We're going to put it here. Oops. By the way, I meant to ask, how's everybody else doing? I had a great day. I got to, hopefully they're not watching, but I got to recommend 2 of my guys for promotions. They may not happen until... Who knows? Could be the end of the year, could be next year, depending on how, things work out for approvals and stuff. But I got to recommend them, which is good. And I got recognized for some stuff, which was nice. I don't require it, but it was nice. And then people who've been at our company more than 25 years got a little shout out. In addition to that, from our... studio head, they're giving us a little gift because of that, which was cool. They didn't have to, but that's very nice of them. And and I had a good lunch. I get to write lore right now. I got a happy cat in my lap who's got big fangs that are sticking out of his gums. Frarf. When I was a kid, totally unrelated, but I just saw Barney's comment. In the sort of the country where my great aunt and uncle and her brother, I'm trying to remember, my other great uncle and his wife lived, they built 2 houses after World War II. They bought the plans, they built the houses, they used the same plan, they both built the exact same house right next to each other. And when they came back from World War II, they each built a house. And they lived there their entire lives, they never moved. And they had so much land behind them, they turned part of the grasslands into a little golf course for themselves. They had a 3-hole golf course that they built. It used to be a swamp. We helped them cut it down when we were little kids. But that great aunt would keep not only a can of all kinds of fat, like bacon fat, chicken fat, whatever kind of fat she had, she'd put it in a can on the back of the stove and use that. But since they built their house so old way back when, and it was in, it was pretty old when we kids came along. It was like in its 30, 40 years old. Not even that old, but, it was later. And it was built with, those 2 in mind and maybe their kids. So the septic systems and things were kind of old and outdated. So you couldn't really flush toilet paper very often. you had to be very careful about how much you flushed down the toilet. So she composted everything. She didn't have a garbage disposal. You had to have, if you had like paper, if you blew your nose or something, that went into a garbage. You weren't flushing anything ever. So they had a bird barrel for the gross stuff, but she had compost heaps and compost stuff. And later they had a compost barrel at one point. But it was always so cool because we'd just go over there and she'd just say, I'll throw it in that thing. And you go out there and you're like, this is amazing that this just makes compost. It's so cool. And we'd go there and my mom would get compost from her to plant things because we did a lot of gardening. Calvino, you were way too spoiled. I felt bad because I sent Chrysanthe a video of a cat who was sitting on a blanket in the lady's lap in a Starbucks drive-thru. And the cat was holding on to a little paper cup with its paws, eating the whipped cream out of it. And I was like, oh yeah, I totally don't pamper Calvino enough. Now I'm pampering him. He's laying here with his gums open. His little front teeth are like, and his fangs are hanging out because he's so happy. Because I'm scratching his chest all the way up and down his whole rib cage while his paws are just up in the air like, yes. Buddy, I gotta write some more, so I gotta move you now. He's totally boneless. Oh. But anyway, yes, composting and stuff. Fun times. All right, so Silverton. Hello, Scott. How's it going? Oh my gosh. My cats are nuts. Compost piles are crazy. Recognized at work for not doing something wrong? What's that like? It's nice. It's very nice. Good soil for shrooms. Yeah, yeah. Both a healthy human and half-moon population as well. And now the cats are doing their serenading. It's so fun. Because Max is still not fixed. And he loves serenading the girls. And the girls are like, we don't care. We're fixed. He's just still hoping. All right, let's see. I'll tell you what I've been writing here. Let's see. Indoor plants? Blech. Work with someone who would just drive over a horse farm and just take the manure mix with the hay and use it for his garden. We used to throw... Hi, what? 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 What would you like, sir? I didn't say anything to you. I wasn't talking to you. I'm talking to chat. Talking to chat, buddy. Get that. You got a little gunk in your eye. Let's get that out of there. There we go. Yeah. Okay. If you just heard that, he's like, meh. Are you thinking about jumping down? Because I'm fine with you hopping off my lap. I'm totally fine with it, buddy. Are you going? Indecisive cat is indecisive. All right, if you're going to be indecisive, I'm just going to slide around a little bit here and let you figure that out. All right. You decide what you're doing. I'll keep writing. All right. A dwarven village and outpost located on the Shining River, the settlement boasts a healthy human and halfling population as well. I don't like how I wrote this. I'm supposed to healthy human and halfling population. The dwarves that run it. Town is encircled by a dwarven fort wall. An unusual sight this far south of Silverton, but given the importance of the industry here, it is warranted. The wall helps keep the creatures of the Whitewood at bay, as the town is far enough from Sennisfall to not benefit from its ability to repel the undead. All right, and it's right by the bridge, and it's by the road that goes up to Naros Keep. All right. Lucia is totally separate. All right, we don't have any other towns. We have this place, but this is a dwarven place, and that's going to be part of the Silvermount entry. Okay, bud. Hi. He's got a karate kick now. He is splayed everywhere. He's like laying on my lap. He's got legs up on my desk. He's got a leg up on my chair arm. My gosh. Worst roommate ever. Or best roommate ever. I don't know. Maybe both. Usually free. He would just drive over the bin and just shovel it in there. I would think that the owners wouldn't care. It was like, oh no, somebody's taking our horse dung and hay. Oh no. Oh no. Sorry, I almost started to sound like that Lucy Darling lady, that stage magician who has like a big red-headed wig and stuff and totally dresses up like she's from like the 1940s or 50s. And does magic and comedy routines, but she also does that transatlantic accent. And somebody handed her something in one of her acts, and she picks it up, and oh no, and this letter falls out, and it falls to the floor, and she looks at it and goes, oh no. Then looks over at some guy in the audience, and she specifically looks at him and goes, oh no. Looking at him, and he's like, oh, I'm supposed to pick it up. And hands it to her, and then she does it a couple more times, drops it again, and just points to it and goes, oh no. Tried to get him to keep picking it up, and I was like, you're embarrassing him, good job. She's kind of entertaining. He'd put it in one of those big plastic storage bins in his SUV. That had to smell real good. I think it would have still smelled. Come on. I mean, if you put a lid on it, it's gonna... If he was really good at getting it in there and not getting it on the sides of the container, maybe it wouldn't smell too bad. But that stuff can be pungent. Not quite as bad as pigs or cows sometimes, but it can still be pungent. Oh, I hate the smell of it. It was so sweet and cloying and disgusting. I've been around it too much. I hated it. I hated the smell. I mean, we're also around a lot of cow stuff too. Cows and pigs. A chicken coop? Oh my goodness. Maybe I'm just not a fan of strong smells. All right. Not in circles. What is it? Dwellings, living places. The I'm going to make this 2 sentences. That's way too long. Yeah, that's a cat running around upstairs. Very loud. Habitations. Pigs, yeah, that's really bad. Get put it in a bag and bin, but I'll put it in my truck bed, not inside. Still not good, but much better. I don't know. I have a sensitive nose. I hate the smell of most things that are disgusting. Guys, knock it off. But yes, I can eat hot sauce all day long. I make an exception for hot sauce. Hi, Calvino. You are being kind of a pest. You're a lovable pest, but you gotta figure out your own support structure for your head here. Pause the stream to yell at cats. I'll get my stick and I'll hit the ceiling. All right, so what I'm writing about is Silverton to Silvermount, the Mount Silvermount. They can go overland to Naros Keep, but all these wildlands up here, and there is another road that they could technically connect to, but this is all wildland in between, like 20, 30 miles of wildland that they'd have to try and get through. So instead, they take all the silver and everything they get, all the minerals and everything. They head through Rivermont down to this town, which I have not named, past the ruins of Eldwin, which they have to avoid, to the capital of A4, through past all these areas where there's Arisium has a little trade post out here, which I should probably mention, up to their main fortification that leads into their lands up to the city. Then they drop everything off there. They come back down through with goods from the city and sell it back and forth. So these caravans just go back and forth and back and forth, and they just sell and buy and sell and buy and keep all these groups and people in stuff. Like Usia, they do have a city down here I have to put down here because they have a massive port. This is the Agrian colony that's on the coast here. So they have this little city, they have this one. I do need to put Arisium's trade thing. Let me go find that. Where is Lostacadia? That's there. Hillmouth, Kyle the Kind. Kyle the Kind. I wrote him quite a while ago now. Alphaeus. There's Darkmire. I gotta go quite a ways up here to find this. Bedford's Mirror Maiden. The elf known as Lorem. Silk Scarthal, the tea house. Boop, 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 boop. All the Kiru stuff, the River of Gold, Colin. Okay, is it in? Nope, it's not in that section. It's not there. Where? Oh, it's in the Caustic Strand, so it's way up here. I've got quite a ways to go. I've got to go back past all this. I like looking over these and just catching the names and be like, oh yeah, that's that place there. Oh yeah, that's that place. Oh, look at that. We got Lost Valara here, even though I put Lost Valara on there. And the capital is Rosecrest. Okay, we got to take that and put that back down there. I forgot I had an entry for that. I knew I had one. I just couldn't find it before. Okay, Graviter, the Arbiter. Alright, Infused Clay, the God Killer Honey, Dwarven Towers. Oh, no, that's... I'm still looking in the wrong place here. My gosh, I've written a bit on these places and cities. Iris Cairn, did I not write A4? What? What? What do you need? Do you want to go down? Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. You can go down. Go ahead. Stretch. You gonna take off? You gonna go? No, you're just gonna find a new spot? Oh, yeah, he mouthed a bunch of times. Now he's like, I'm gonna curl up on your lap like a baby over here now. Okay. One of the German NPCs actually has my first name. Let's see. Arisium. Okay, here we go. And oops, mainly. A trafing post? No, trading post. Let's go with trading post. Right. Trading post interacts mainly with the dwarven caravans traveling between Silvermountain. Receive trading post. It interacts mainly with the dwarven. Okay, there we go. All right, now I got to go find this this entry down here that I did not intend to have, because now I've got two of them. There it is. I'm gonna cut that out of there. Boop. All right, let's go back down to Lost Valara. Let's make your eyes swim. See if you guys throw up watching all this go past. Burp. I got a out of Calvino for that one. Oops. Alright, Murmur, Moss. Alright. Silverton, Eldwin, Concordia. Okay. We're in Lost Valara here. Here we go. Alright, and Rosecrest is an abandoned city that we're going to have up here. Yeah. Rose Crest is going to be up here, but we're going to have to put it on the other side of the river here. Oh, Calvino, that really hurts. Good job. He's trying not to dig his claws into my leg, but he's really feeling happy. So he's digging his claws into my leg. Oh, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put this thing down here because the city is now dead. All right, this is the right size. Rose Crest. We're going to make that a little bit larger. Though, in fact, actually, what I should do is I want to look at that symbol again. Symbols. Go back in here. I should get rid of this one. Oops, we got to go in here and make this very small. We got to delete that one. All right, go back in here. We're going to hit this because it technically was the capital. Boop. Alright, but it is gone now. It's old, it's gone, it's lost, it's destroyed. I just realized I have to change one thing here too. We're going to put this thing here. We're going to go in here. We're going to delete that one. We're going to go back in here and we're going to move A4 over here because technically this guy is not supposed to be this. It is supposed to be I wish it wouldn't lose my custom search every time it does that. This is supposed to be a large city, like a very large city, but it's not the capital. All right. Anyway, what was I doing here? I was doing things. Oh, yeah, I was putting Rose Crest up there, which is no longer a place. And technically, I guess I better do this too while I'm here. And go back to city. Boop. We'll put ribbon on there. That's a little large. We'll make that a little smaller. There we go. It's not even as big as A4. It's smaller. All right. Anyway, look, it's a moss. It's a mossio. Yep. Oh, did I manage to make the noises and make you upset? Hey, sassy witch. Zeddy was such a cute cat. Hi, Calvino. Oh my gosh, he is curled up like a little caterpillar on my lap now. Oh my goodness. Buddy. His head is right next to the wound he inflicted upon my... Oops. Okay, what's the phone doing? It's trying to take a picture of my face. The wound he inflicted on my ankle. Wonder if I can actually show this to you guys. Hello, phone. What's it doing here? Wow, it took its own sweet time. All right, let's see if this actually works here. No? Hello, phone, go back. My phone, everybody. My phone. It's fantastic, especially when I don't want it to do things. All right, I don't know if it's going to turn when I do this. Let's see. Can I rotate it? Can I? I want to lock it into position, but it won't. Yeah, you can't really see it. It's too difficult to make out. It's a cat. He's sleeping. He's curled up like a caterpillar on my lap. Imagine it. Black and white cat on my lap, curled up. My night's going quite well, Moss. I hope yours is going well, too. I'm looking forward to the fun tonight on March of the Dragon Queen. That'll be entertaining. Hope you guys have fun. I hope. Dungeon Daddy will imagine your lap. Well, I'm sure Dungeon Daddy will. Because Dungeon Daddy is a disgusting old pervert. Alright, so I got that set up. I got Rosecrest in here, and we will actually put Rosecrest into the list of towns here. We'll put it at the end. Oh, Calvino, why are you... Oh my gosh. He is digging his claws into my ankle again because he's got a hold of it like this. And he's smushing his head into it. Oh, buddy, I can't stand that. That hurts way too much. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just stay snuggled. That's fine. Stay snuggled up. Oh my gosh, you're falling off of me. You little stinker. He's like, I don't want to wake up. He was trying to stay asleep through that whole thing. He just covered his head like this while I'm moving him. Yes, that was you. That was you. Troublemaker. All right, so Rosecrest. Once the crown jewel of the Kingdom of Valar, Rosecrest was a formidable fortified city. Overlooking. I spell the good words the best way. I occasionally put an extra, like slash or something in the middle of a word, but I usually fix it. John didn't even do anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Jan didn't even do anything this time. It's 100% chat that did it. One more day before a long weekend, and then Hawaii the next week. Oh, nice. Oh, chat. When are you going to learn? Don't trust chat. They sent dimensional shamblers after us. Luckily, Clay is a caveman. I mean, it's probably going to be the end of him, but he got to have his caveman moment. Oh, unsavory is a word. There we go. Yeah, the next Horror on the Orient Express, I think it's going to be quite nutty. But But like I keep saying, I've got plans in place. If Clay dies, Clay is counting the days until he can be with Beatrice and his son again. So he's not afraid to die. He's just afraid to die badly. So he wants to help as many people as possible. So we'll see. And if he somehow miraculously survives, then he'll just content himself with waiting. Italy for Easter. Oh, okay. You guys are going on those awesome vacations. I want nothing more than to go to Europe and see what men were able to build before the postmodern era. There's some beautiful stuff over there. There's also a lot of people that you can see even now still are technically sitting on their laurels. Because they're like, we did all this stuff. And I was like, I know. But even by your own admission, you haven't done anything like that in hundreds of years. It's sad. There's so much cool stuff done. People can do it again. People can totally do it again. They just need to want to. They want to and do it. Today is a haunted place lorded by fellow gargoyles like lycanthropes and a host of unsavory creatures, including a band of giants. All right. How are we doing on time? Yes, we got 27 minutes left. We're good. What did I just get a note about? Okay. That's really strange. I just got a message here. What is this about? Oh, that was really delayed because it looked like this was made at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I got a mention on one of my videos from, I think it was a feline named JJ, saying I was playing Indiana Jones like Mike Tyson. And I'm like, yep, I already responded to that. Thanks for letting me know hours later, YouTube. Dorks. Can I be helped if can I help it if I like punching bad guys in games? I just do. Hey, I just like punching the guys. Oh my gosh, Calvino, calm down. It's all right. Sicily sounds like a good place for pizza. Dallas meetup was the first vacation I've ever been on. MegaCon will be the second. Yeah, I'm sad I'm not going to go, but like I told my my friend who's down in Houston, if I can't get free to even come visit her, I can't justify trying to get free to go to Florida for a meetup. And I'm still trying to get free to go visit her. It's just certain feline complications. Because they're so difficult to take care of. Dorks. Most families have to make these properties foundations, not profits, so they can exist. Yeah. The nugget in the flesh. It's the flesh meat. Woo! Well, I'll be there in spirit. Literally, I'll be hovering around you guys, so be careful. No, I'm kidding. I won't be doing that. If I were there in spirit, that would mean I would be dead. So let's not do that. As we all know from my stories, though, when anything spiritual or weird is happening and people got demons and stuff wandering around them, they run away when I get near. So I ruin all their fun. Okay, since the death of Savael's... Sabaloh's queen and wife, and his subsequent descent into evil and undeath, the city also fell into ruin. Today is a haunted place, lorded over by fellow gargoyles, lycanthropes, and a host of unsavory creatures, including a band of giants. Woo! Forgot a nice. Never ruin your fun. Ruin all his fun. Ruin it. Ruin it. Get it. Break his fun. Smack it. Crack it. Bop it. Crack a smash a bracket. Alright, so we're over here, and I mentioned Elysium. I'm going to put a tiny little thing over here. Well, what can I put there? I will just do this. Just to hint at it. We're going to put one of these little guys here. Boop, there's their trading post. That's the Elysium trading post. Because that way they have a representative on the big road that goes around here. Which then heads into like Greenhaven and other places. Yeah. Alright, so alright, Rosecrest, I think, is listed up here. Did I list it? Yes. Population 0. It's not really population 0, but I mean, honestly, I've been to Europe a number of times. I've been to, because they don't like being called Europe, I've been to Britain and Scotland. And it's fine. It was fine. I don't have the bug to travel. I just, I traveled to do it, and I was like, okay, that was fine. I traveled around the United States a whole bunch. There's some just astounding sights here and there. It's pretty amazing. I think it's funny, too. I have a friend who travels a lot, and he's like, yeah, typical. You're just being a typical American, not wanting to travel. You don't go anywhere or do anything. I was like, dude, when I was down in Texas, we drove 10.5 hours, and we were still in the same state. Don't tell me I don't travel. I think I've now been to 39 of the states? 39? I'm not going to count them right now. Some of them were literally just drive-thrus going on other trips and stuff, but I was still there. A lot of beautiful stuff out there. Though I've never been to Las Vegas. Never been to Las Vegas. My brothers want to go there because they enjoy that stuff. They like gambling and cheap food. I'm like, all right, might try it. Got family in Oregon, so we've been flying since you were 3. Ah, okay. There you go. Last time I was on a plane, I jumped out of it. Boy, I bet that pissed off the rest of the passengers. Shut the door! No? Alright, non-fitty creatures. Alright, we got Naros Keep. I'm just making sure I hit all the main things here. Labels, we're gonna grab... I can't grab that. I have no idea what that was. That was... Oh my gosh, cats. I really wish he would give up on that. That I'm gonna kill you meow right before they play. It's like, dude, you're not outside fighting for your life. You're literally a feral cat who's hanging out with the other cats, trying to figure out how to be part of the group. I just don't know if he's ever gonna outgrow that growl. I keep telling people, and every time somebody comes up onto my porch to like drop off a package or whatever, I try to be out there because he's on the front porch and he hops out of his little house to see what people are up to. And if he thinks they're going near his food dish, he's like, "Rah!" And for whatever reason, some people didn't get the memo that when a cat is going and turning sideways like that and looking at him, that's not an invitation to pet. Because one guy, he was dropping off a thing today, and I stepped out a second after he started walking up the step, and I was like, oh, go ahead and set it on the big container I have. I have one of those big, not really a bench, it's a huge outdoor storage container for deck stuff and whatnot. It's just a big plastic thing that's kind of like a bench, but it just flips open. It's a huge chest. And I said, oh, just go ahead and set it on top of there. That's fine. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, oh, hey, kitty. I was like, I wouldn't go try and pet him. He's warning you that he doesn't know who you are. And he's like, oh, I'll be fine. He reaches out with his gloved hand, and Max jumped and like swiped at his glove and pulled it off his hand. And then he backed up and just stared at him. And I said, that's why I said don't pet him. So I went over and grabbed it and I started petting him. And he's like, oh, he doesn't mind if you pet him. I was like, I'm the one who gives him food. So, yeah. Oh, Kelvin was having a dream. Great. Yeah, it's people just sometimes have zero self-preservation instinct. I don't get it. All right, what are we going to name this little town down here? Oh, I've got to add, while I'm at it here, I've got to add this other thing too. See, I'm remembering all these little things I got to add. Because, oops, we need this. We need the big port down here. All right, and we're going to move, for some reason, that's sorting behind, which is a little strange. We're going to take this hill, move it off to the side. I'm not sure why that one is sorting ahead of it. It should be sorting behind it like that. Somehow that one hill ended up on a different layer. Move some of my little hills around here. That hill doesn't fit there at all, does it? All right. And then I have to move a couple of these because the other thing I need is the road down here. Because there's the port. All right. It apparently started snowing again. Oh, no. You think you flew over Las Vegas? I've flown over Las Vegas, yeah. Only counts to be at least 3 meals in the state or country. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I spent so many hours in some of those states because we were just driving to get to the place we were going. Like when we'd visit my brother in North Carolina at Cherry Point. It was quite a drive, and we just drive it straight through. And like my mom or my brother, they just wanted to drive and not stop. And I'm like, well, we could go there. They have caves. We could go there. And I occasionally get them to stop. But half the time we were eating out of the cooler in the back of the car. It was like, we brought supper sandwiches. We don't need to stop. I'm like, takes forever to drive through the Carolinas. Yep. I mean, it's beautiful going through all the hills and mountains in Kentucky and Tennessee and Carolina and everything. It's beautiful territory and beautiful stuff, but it's time consuming. There's so much time spent. All right, so if we start there, whoops, that's going to start right there. We'll start here. And we go down. Yep. And that is going to be the road. Boop. Oh, it added a second one. Dang it. Oh, why is it going so wide there? I'm going to take that back off. I don't know why. Sometimes it decides it's going to do something. I'm just going to make it relatively straight here because I don't have a choice of angling it properly, and afterwards I can't re-angle the road. For some reason it doesn't let me re-angle these points. I don't know why. They give me all these control points on other things but not on the roads, which is really weird. It's so weird. Both of them, yeah. The only thing I did not like about Tennessee, was it Tennessee? Is nobody in the area we were in seemed to know how the hell to drive when it got to the point where it was almost, because we were traveling right when it was on the cusp of spring, winter, and the roads got slightly slippery or icy because it was warm enough and cold enough, and everybody there just decided we don't know how to drive. And we're like, where we're from, this is absolutely nothing. We're in a 4-wheel drive vehicle. We're just like, we're going and weaving in and out of traffic, trying to get past all these people. They're all looking at us like we're crazy. And we're like, drive carefully and you're fine. I was so happy when we got out of there. I mean, Kentucky was similar in one spot, but it was just crazy. People were really nice. They just didn't want to drive. They didn't want to do it for some reason. All right, labels. All right, we're going to put this one down. Driving carefully. What's that? I don't know. Visiting California, moved to North Carolina just in time for hurricane. Oh, that's not good. That's every day, even when it's dry. Oh, no. No. All right, so I just realized something. I have to check something. Where is this thing? It was a city founded by the Romans that I was using this name from. It wasn't. Nope. Oh, they listed these by date. Oh, that's why it's so confusing here. Oh. All right. Thank you very much for doing that way. That's not exactly how I would have done it, but all right. Now it's going to be harder for me to find this note. Or this city, because I didn't make a note of it. Nope, that's not going to help. Oh, yep, and this is the one that I can't remember. Oh, wait, is this the one? Nope. It had either Porta or Aquai. My gosh, they're so grumpy up there. And one of them is snoring through the floor, and I just cannot believe how loud he is. My gosh, guys. Silly cats. All right, wait, is this the one? Okay, this is the... Oh, it's a road station. Oh, that's why it's not named the same. Oh. Oops, I didn't want 2 of those. Delete. 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 Why isn't it going away? Delete. There we go. It's so fun when it doesn't delete things. All right. And now I lost my... Oops. All right, Port Sturga. This one's snoring too now. Huh, I didn't know that. There's a Aquae Helveticae. I was like, interesting. It is in and was the origin of the name Baden in Switzerland. It's a Swiss heritage site of national significance. Okay. All right, and this is going to be... Oops, it's not Vinodonis. It's Vindonis. Vindonis. Okay, there we go. So we can add these, because that one is technically in Usia, and so is this. So Vindonis and Portsturga. Now, I've got to see, I don't think I made an entry, and I've said this before, I don't think I made an entry for Usia. So we're going to grab this one. And we're going to put this at the end of these. Ashvara was the last one I added. Okay, good. We'll put Usia right after this. All right. It is so fun coming up with all these kingdoms and all this stuff, but I always feel like I'm leaving off like a million things I could put on there, but also realizing that there's only so many things I can put on there. Oh my gosh, Kelby, you're so stretched out. I have to keep moving you because you're so comfy. You're putting my leg to sleep. You're such a happy cat. Are you waking up? He's waking up. He's going to wake up at the end of my stream. I bet he's just going to hop off my lap as soon as I turn off the stream and be like, yep, thanks, my work here's done. He got his screen time and his 15 minutes of fame, and he's running. Oh my gosh, he is still snoring. You can hear the snores? Oh, okay. He's waking now. He's awake. You feel Crescent drives a Cooper Mini because it's the only vehicle she can reach the pedals and see over the dash? Wow. Oh, it's just getting overcrowded where you're at? Oh, you're jacking up the prices? Yeah, I believe it. I had somebody come by, or I shouldn't say come by, they left a message on my front door, and then they called me, and then they sent me a text message. I'm like, oh God, I forgot. I'm on like public, who owns the land and public things, and they could find me because they want to buy the lot next to me that's my woods. I feel good, but also bad just telling him no, because they seem so crestfallen. They're like, it'd be perfect. We're a young couple who is a double income. What do they call it? Double income, no kids, dinks. Oh, it's almost time for me to finish. But they're like, we're very interested in this. We see that it's probably worth maybe this much, and they're trying to lowball. And they're like, but our realtor said that, since there's no place on it, it hasn't been, rechecked since I bought it, and I bought it in 2004. And now there are houses behind me over here. They make my house look like an outhouse. They're like $850,000, $1 million houses behind the woods over there. And they didn't start out that expensive. They're big houses, but they've grown in like worth, I guess, because it's all wooded and there's no land over here now. And they're talking to me. They're like, oh, we'd be willing to give you this much money. And I said, ooh, yeah. So I was told by someone, and I lied to him. They said, I'm very interested, in selling it, but it sounds like right now the going rate is this much. And I quoted them twice as much as they said, and they're like, oh, that's very disappointing. But we'll see. We'll get back to you. And I'm like, what do you mean you get back to me? That's a ridiculous number I threw at them. And they're like, we'll get back to you. I'm like, oh, okay. Because, when I bought that lot, it's like an acre and something. It's fully wooded. It used to be a farm field. It's like an acre and something. Hey, buddy. It was like $125,000. It's expensive because it's, prime real estate out here. And they were trying to offer me like a couple $100,000 for it. And I'm like, I really don't want a neighbor. I really don't want a neighbor. And they would be right next to me because it's the lot that's adjacent to mine. And they'd chop down a bunch of the trees, I know. So when I told them the other number, I thought that was the end of it because that's more than a lot of the houses around here cost. And they're like, we'll get back to you. I'm like, oh, God, please don't get back to me. Please don't get back to me. He flopped on the floor and immediately stretched out and laid his head down. All right, buddy, whatever. All right, well, I'm almost done here. Anyway, enough of crazy stuff. enough of all the crazy stuff. I am going to change these couple names here, and then I'll probably be done. The double income, no kids. Sorry, dinks. Do you use a booster seat? That's why Timmy Turner took me so long to realize that's why Timmy Turner's dad hated the Dinkelbergs. Nissan GTR. Do street races late at night for pink slips. Yeah. Yeah, be careful with the game. They might get back to me. Well, yeah, I've had people just show up out of the blue and ask me to buy my birches. They're like, well, we don't want to really buy, we only want a couple of trees, so if you don't mind if we cut down a couple of trees. I'm like, I don't want you cutting any of my birches down. They're like, yeah, but there's no other birch forests in this area, and we could really use them for our art. Like, well, that is totally what motivates me. Your art. Luckily, I've never seen anybody sneak in there and try and cut one down. Jerks. Colony state of Agrium. Agrian. I don't know what the word. We'll say what that was. And they are technically Agrians. So we've got, oops, not Portsturga, and Vindonis. All right, so these are each going to be a heading. Boop. And then we'll add some spaces, so we have spaces. All right. Well, we're basically at time here, so I'm going to get ready to go, and I'll see you all tonight in the chat, March of the Dragon Queen, and yeah, we'll see what transpires. We'll see what happens. But thank you very much for coming along. Please like and comment. You can find me in all the things in my link tree. Please follow me on my YouTube and my Twitter and my Instagram and all that stuff where I post once in a blue moon. But I would love the followers. I am working on my YouTube channel, trying to get it actually, to get some people. So if you know anybody that wants to follow me on YouTube, please throw them all at me. Fill it up. I am no girl, so I'm not going to get flooded with followers anytime soon. So please go follow me. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to hit end, and I will talk to you all later. And hopefully when I see you next time, we'll be, let's see, what will I be doing next time? Probably playing a game on one of my streams. Likely. So, all right, I'm going to get out of here. I'll talk to you later. Calvino says goodbye. He just made a noise on the floor. Bye.